Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. What about you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Let's start with the introduction.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce myself. So my name is Sarvesh Kumar, and I'm from Uttar Pradesh. In the fight of my qualification, so I have done my graduation, and after that, I'm preparing for government job. As well, I'm learning this language just because you can see this is my childhood dream. And if I talk about my hobbies, so my hobbies are listening to music, playing cricket, reading books, and I have a new hobbies. Now you can see I'm talking to you. So I like to talk people on audio color video.
Mm.
So I think that's all about me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell about my experience.
Nice, good to hear that.
I
Okay.
know about you just because I watched your video, I followed you because I'm learning English language, so that's why I watch your video. Because nowadays you are uploading good content, so that's why I
Thank
like
you.
your video.
Thank you. Okay, let's talk
Okay.
on some particular topic. So,
Okay.
what about talking on educated person versus manners?
Yeah, this is
Educated
good
person
topic.
versus manners. Yeah.
We can.
Okay,
So
so shall I
okay,
start?
so okay, of course.
Okay, to me, educated person means the person that that gains, the kind of knowledge, basic knowledge of study and skills, right? So we can consider him or her as an educated person, right? The
Mhm.
person is like studying in the
Right,
school,
right.
in the college, pursuing the studies, okay, and achieving the degrees and the diplomas, called educated person, okay. And yes, apart from this, how to talk, how to communicate, and a level of nice, aspect of confidence. So we can consider that particular guy an educated person. Okay. So on the other hand, I would like to say on manners. So manners means the person is having a manner, how to talk, how to conduct, and behave in a right way. The tonality should be nice, right? And it's not about this about study, getting the knowledge, bookish knowledge. It's about how to behave in a polite way, kind of refinements, meaning the politeness should be
Mm-hmm.
there, the humility should be there, how to talk with the elderly people, and how to talk the person who is junior to you in a nice way, in a polite way. That's called manners to my mind. So yeah, what's your take on? Then I will be saying.
Okay, of course, why not? So I'm going to tell about education. So I think, like my perspective, it's like very different. It doesn't matter you are doing job, you are, you have a good skill, so you are educated. It doesn't matter, and you don't have any manner how to talk to people and how to express your thought, how to communicate with them. You don't have any manner and you are doing great job, so people they say, oh my god, he is educated. No, it doesn't say like, no one can say like that. As far as I know personally, it's my like personal things that if you have a good manner and you are talking to people behavior and you respect for you are you respect everyone. So that it's matter that you are educated. It doesn't matter you have a good like everything like you have a job, you have a good skill, you are doing great job,
Yeah,
you have a building, you have a car, you have a, like
agree.
you say iPhone, and you are showing up. I have a good like
Yeah,
everything, and I
showcasing.
am a educated person.
Yes,
Like it doesn't matter if you have a good
mm-hmm.
manner. If you are not doing any, you don't have any skill, another skill, and you are talking to people, you are communicate with them like proper way, humbly, peacefully. It's mean you have educated person. So I would like to say that everyone should be educated nowadays. Everything just in this era. Every parents they want to teach their children in English medium school. So if I talk about kids, so they have a good education nowadays. They are getting a lot of things just because
Mm-hmm.
and they are teacher. And because if I talk about the private school and government school, so I think here is a lot of different. So you can't like you can say both are same. But if I take a private school, so they have here you will find a lot of teachers. They have a good education and they know how to speak in language. And if I talk about like a government school teacher, so they know how to speak in language, but they don't want to talk to you. How can I talk to you? Because I'm not getting money just because of English language, you know. And there you can say they I think they are sitting idle in their chair. They don't want to teach like their kid, like a student. So that's why if I talk about me, so I would like to say that if you have a good education, so I think you should know how to teach, how to talk people, how to communicate with anyone. So yeah, this is my opinion about education and usual manner.
Yeah, you said rightly and totally agree with this. The thing is, see, if let's imagine the person is educated, okay, but he's kind of arrogant and kind of, having some kind of attitude and aggressive. So there is, it's of no use of, achieving so many like degrees and diplomas, and the person is quite educated, even though he's behaving in such a way, like trying to let down people,
Yeah,
trying to condescend people. So this should not be happening, but people are doing because it's really prevalent in the society, even though people are becoming really aware of the education. But what about that sacrament, the values, the good deeds? Okay, so I think nowadays it's somewhere running out. It's lacking in like humans behavior somewhere. So it starts from the like a home. The parent, being a parent, we need to like instill these kind of goodness of value and the sacrament to our kids, so that when they grow up, they will foster these kind of goodness, how to behave with people, how to talk with the elderly people, and how to tackle with the situation in a nice and calm way. So it depends. Depends on the, I can say, the upbringing of a particular child.
yeah,
It's really matters. So the thing is, education is really important and plays a very huge role. Day by day, the importance of education is evolving. But what about the manners and the sacraments? Okay, because there are like like evil things like vices also prevalent in the society, unethical things also prevalent in the society. So you might have heard about the things like somebody is not behaving and somebody has like abused somebody else. Okay, so but the person was
yeah, yeah,
educated. Person was educated. Okay, so it's not about the education, the kind of sacrament and the values he has already fostered and cultivated in the whole personality. It depends, and it varies person to person. How do you take the people for granted, or like you take like, yes, they are the people, they are the human, and we need to respect them, we need to give the respect and the honor, and yeah, take care. We need to take care like elderly
yeah,
people, and we should not undermine anyone. Okay, but the
yeah.
fact
You're
is
right.
that when the person is educated and he has a kind of intellectual knowledge, and the behavior, good behavior he's having, she's having, like how to deal with people in a polite way, peaceful way. So that's really important, and the mixturity of both of the things really works, and it's a kind of essence of that particular person's whole personality. So yes, that's very good if the person is educated, but they should also just crop up that kind of goodness and the sacrament of values in their whole personality, like how to talk with people, the tonality and the way of speaking, and how you are conducting yourself, right?
And if I talk about in my area, here is a lot of people. They have a good education. They have a government job, but they are talking to their family like their sister, their poor brother, their father. Oh my God, like very rudely. Oh my
Yes,
God,
yes.
they always try to talk to them rudely. So I think this is not like I can't say that you are educated. You have a good education. And if I talk about my brother, he is doing good job like primary teacher, but he's very innocent. and he is talking to with anyone very calmly, peacefully. But I think
Mm-hmm.
he has a good education because you can say he is preparing for IAS. So you know everything about IAS people, like you know. So education it doesn't matter. You have a good things like you are a rich man and you have a good you are living your life proper way, good way. It doesn't matter. Just that matter is that how much people they respect you. You know,
Yes.
how many how much important you give people. So I think this is good for everyone, and everyone should be educated nowadays in this area. And almost the parents they are teaching, they are aware, they have good awareness nowadays. You know, they are sending their children. Earlier, I have told everything like a private and a government school. So I think this is good for us and our generation, incoming generation. And you know
Mm-hmm.
everything like because we are learning English language just because of our kid. You know, so I think this is good for them, and everything
Yes,
is fine.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, and see, this is just a, paper certification. Like the person is having a kind of degree and diploma. This is a paper certification. What about the certification of their whole personality, their behavior, and the way they conduct themselves, they deal with people? So yeah, the rudeness, and sometimes people become ruthless when it comes to, help the people who are in need. So this happens in the society. This is quite rampant. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we need to try to carve our whole personality by fostering, good values in our
Yeah.
personality, in our behavior, and it starts from our thoughts. If the thoughts are nice, good thoughts you are having, then the behavior will automatically appear so good, right? So it starts from the thoughts you have with your for your friends, for your family members, what you think about themselves, right? And what you think about the people around you. So that's really important. The
Yeah, you
value and the respect you give them or not, or hypothetically I'm saying, don't take it to otherwise. Like, are you like giving the respect to the people or not? Or you're trying to misbehave and let people down, so this should not be happening. But nowadays we can't say things, and this is a kind of societal mm, things which is being spread. So we can't help, but we change ourselves to do the good deeds and to behave in a nice way. So that's how we can change our mindset. And yeah, as I earlier mentioned, that once the person is educated and with the goodness of the value, the sacraments, so it's a kind of flavor, the essence of that particular personality, that is kind of accountable, responsible, right?
yeah, you are totally right. Yeah, you are speaking truth. This is good thing for everyone.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
tell
God.
me something about your any like interesting story, because I have heard so many stories from you. From like you have talked with so many people, so I watched those videos. Any
Uh,
incident, your funny incident with your friends, with your like siblings, or
yeah,
in the context of English language, anything, any incident?
yeah. So yeah, I'm going to share my whatever I had. You know, before when I came here before 3 years. You know, that time you can say I didn't know how to speak language, but my you can say friends he knew everything about English language because he studied English medium school. So he knew
Okay,
everything. So he told me everything about you know that time he was you can say demotivated me, you know,
okay.
and he was irritating me. He was speaking English language, and
Hmm.
I was speaking with him Hindi language. So he always you can say bothered me whenever I go and coaching went you
Mm-hmm.
know went. So that time he always irritating me. So one day I told him, brother, if you don't mind, so I would like to say that I'm not able to speak. So please, can you tell me how can I speak English language? So he told me, okay. So you should say like this. Don't show off. I have a lot of ego attitude, you know. So that time he told me, okay, so if you want to learn English language, so you have to speak more and more. As well, if you want to do something, so you can read English books. So that time,
Mm-hmm.
I started reading and you can say speaking part. So and yeah, everything about Jaddu. We had a conversation where when I started my
Okay,
spoken
okay,
language first time,
okay.
and I met him. So that time when I met my first call with him, so that time I fumbled and I got demotivated. I was not able to speak in language. How can I say that I can speak in front of anyone without knowing language? So
Mm-hmm.
that day I realized that okay, first I will learn English language. So then I started my spoken language before like more than 10 months, you can say.
Okay, nice. Okay, so if you have any queries, so you can ask.
Uh, yeah, I have a lot of question and query, but I think you don't have much time to tell me
No,
about
you
my
can
question.
ask a few questions. You can ask.
Okay, so and if you don't mind, so I'm going to talk about. I'm going to ask you about English. If you don't mind, so how did you do? Like how have you achieved like advanced level? Because sometimes I'm observing you are using like advanced structure like idioms and advanced structure. So how did you do?
Hmm, I'm not that much good enough, but I can say the experience I can share. It's the if I tell you about the confidence aspect, so I have gained just because of no, this group. I'm the part of some groups. So just by speaking with people, so I have gained this much confidence. Again and again speaking and reiteration, like again and again speaking, repetition really helped me a lot. And if I tell you about the particularly like words, vocabularies, and the idioms, so I have been doing that, like not like regularly I was doing earlier, but I had been doing that like whenever I got time, so I used to wrote down words in my diary. So I have so many words in my diary and the idioms, but I would not say that I have remembered all the words in the idioms. Like again and again, if I'm using the words, so I have registered those words and I'm using them. But I would say I'm not being able to retrieve all the words which I have written down in my diary. No, but yeah, like reading newspaper sometimes and reading my two and three books. There are two three books which are my favorites. So whenever I get time, so I read them. So
Mm.
there I found so many words, so I wrote down those words as well. And whenever I like Google some words and I found it like, okay, this is very nice word, so I just take the screenshot and write down in my diary. This I do.
Okay, so my second question for you to you, tell me who is now in initial stage and who wants to learn English language. So please tell them how can they learn English language, how much important grammar is important or not.
Grammar structure.
Yeah.
I talking about. See, first of all, we must know the basic grammar, like tenses. A person has to, get a very good command over grammar, basic grammar, which is tenses. Tenses, voices. Voice is very important because sometimes subject is not, needed to use. Like, यह कहा जाएगा, this will be called, and आपको बुलाया जाएगा, you will be called. Okay, and there are many this time not like chai ban rahi hai, that the tea is being prepared. Okay, so I'm not saying like I'm making the tea, I'm preparing the tea, I'm not saying this. Okay, so what I'm saying, like, because I'm not important here or somebody is not important, we all know that the tea is being made, we all know.
Yeah.
So why this is important to know the voices rules, because sometimes the subject is not important. Okay, so that moment, what we have to focus on, the receiver, the object, the receiver. So we must know the voices. So to speak English, to form sentences, we must know the tenses and the voices. Really important. And apart from this, day-to-day words really important. Like how to like communicate with people. Then that moment you need some words, right? And with the help of those words, you can frame the sentences. So words and grammar rules go hand in hand. Okay. And yeah, start speaking from the day one. Whenever you like have decided that I have to speak English, I have to get a very good command. So from the day one, from the scratch, try to speak. Make simple short sentences and say it. Try to get into small talk, small conversation, let's say 5 minutes, and speak with people. And if you don't have any environment, then speak with yourself. Record your voice. Now we all have a like smartphone, so just get yourself recorded. Right, this will get you result. This will get you very good result.
Okay, great. I think you are speaking truth.
Hmm.
Okay.